Welcome
to Danica
Daycast! Episode 20?
Yee 20.
This is the 20th episode. It's a good episode. Monica, how are you feeling on this historic 20th episode of ours?
Oh.
Yeah.
Makes me feel old.
You said that before.
Remember when we were 20, Daniel?
That feels, there was a time where that felt like a week ago. It feels like a very long time ago now.
Yeah.
But I say that like I'm like 40 and I'm 26. So.
Oh no, you revealed your age.
How could I? How dare I? It's weird though. It feels like the time between, let's see, we graduated college in 2016, and then the pandemic hit in 2020. I feel like that was a shorter time than like the beginning of COVID to now, even though it was longer, but they're actually not as far off as I thought. I don't know. I feel like these last 3 years have been, I think partially because of the pandemic, and also because like we've been like doing so many new things, you know, since we started our own business, since we started Danica Daydreams.
I feel like every time we say it now, you have to go like on a song. Like, oh.
Well, we're preparing for the Danica musical.
Danica musical.
The Danica musical.
Coming soon.
Danica musical. But no, don't you think though, like it feels like these last 3 years have been longer than other years. I feel like. And I feel like a big part of that though.
I feel like that's just your brain.
Maybe. But I feel like a part of that though is like there's like so many new experiences, right? There was a pandemic. We started a business, right? And by starting the business, there were so many new experiences. First of all, just figuring out how do we start a business? How do we set this up? What do we do? There was lots of learning there. But then also other things like us, it's not just always us like in here on the computer or doing a podcast, yada, yada, yada. Like we spent last summer going around to a bunch of different markets, right? Like we did close to 20 markets. I don't know the exact count. I know for a while it was week by week, like almost every week we'd have one. Like we did 14 markets in 14 weeks.
Yeah.
And then we had a few spaced out afterwards, but
I feel like after that we were like pros at like setting up the tent and everything and like being like, because like building up muscles because we were like carrying all our stuff back and forth.
Oh, and just you wait till we start doing them again. Our first market, I forget the exact date.
More muscles.
But our first market is in Toronto. It's in May. Follow us on Instagram. That's where we normally like post stuff. But yeah, once we start doing those again, we'll be like, oh crap, I'm out of shape now.
Oh yeah, we're out of shape.
But we also need to, when we do markets this year, we need to buy like a new little like trolley or something to kind of like bring everything.
we broke mine.
Oh, first of all, we broke yours, and secondly, like it wasn't the right size. Like you'd see other people who like, you know, they go to their car and back in one trip, maybe two.
Yeah, we need more of like a wagon thing.
Yeah, and we need something collapsible because your car gets like totally packed. Like there's no. We almost thought that we'd have to sell your car last year to like buy like a bigger vehicle, but luckily it like just fit.
No, I like my car.
Yeah, your car. Your car's your car. I don't like. I can't see anything in it, but
it's my car, and it goes meep meep
meep meep. Yeah, it's a cute little car. But yeah, I don't know. I'm excited. Where's I going with this? But yeah, just we had so many new experiences. That's all I'm trying to say. And it feels interesting. One thing we were talking about the other day is like I get nostalgic for 2020, which I know I shouldn't. I know it was like this like big horrible pandemic.
Why did you get nostalgic again?
Because it felt like simpler times.
Oh yeah, okay.
But I think we had the benefit.
Because it was we weren't going anywhere and we weren't doing anything.
Yeah. And we had the benefit of we didn't have to work for most of that year. Like we were both Like I was like temporarily laid off of my job for like 6 months, and other coworkers were like, "Oh no, this is so sad. What are we going to do?" And I was always like, I was basically making minimum wage, like a little bit more, and now I'm getting paid almost the same to just do what I want to do all day. Like some people feel like really weird without being employed, whereas for me, I like the
party
freedom.
time.
But it's not always just fun and games. Like there was a lot of it. I played a lot of video games.
Yeah.
But we also use that time to like start working on our own projects. Like with me, I would do a lot of my own photography. I'd spend so many hours editing photos. I'd upload like 50 professionally. I'd upload like about like 40 or 50 like professionally edited photos onto like Facebook of just the day-to-day life. And we started work on another business idea, which we decided wasn't realistic, so we morphed it. Yeah, it was too big. I like the idea that we might go to it one day, so I want to keep it secret. But yeah, it was a good kind of entryway, and then because I think it was like November 2019, we started working on the other business idea. And then, I don't know, August, September, October, November, something in that range. 2020, we decided, okay, well, let's move away from that. Let's go over to this instead. But no, 2020, I get nostalgic for 2020 sometimes because it felt like a simpler time. But once again, we were lucky that we didn't have to go into work for most of it, right? We were also lucky that we're in Canada where they had CERB, I was making about the same on CERB that I was for my full-time job. But the difference was that with CERB, I also didn't have to pay for my car insurance because I wasn't driving anywhere, so we didn't need two cars, right? I got freedom to do what I wanted with my days. And yeah, it was nice that the world kind of quieted down. We had time to just kind of like breathe and take some space. And I think that also really helped too, just give us time to kind of think about what do we want in life, right? Like what should our future look like? And what steps can we take to make it kind of go there? And I don't think we got COVID that year. We got COVID the next year. But yeah, there were definitely like scary parts to it. But overall, I had a good experience in 2020. Like we would go on like long walks together.
Okay, I thought you were talking about getting COVID. I was like, no.
No, but getting COVID was kind of fun. Not like that.
It was painful, Daniel.
Well, we were vaxxed up, so it wasn't as bad as it could have been. But,
yeah,
but okay, in terms of being sick, boo, didn't like it. But the nice thing was like, it was an excuse to kind of just put the work down for a couple weeks. And like we just like, I don't know, we just sat on the couch playing video games, eating popsicles, And that was cool. I like that part. I guess we do run our own business, and if we really wanted to, we can call in sick to ourselves, but I find like I need to have a reason why I can't work in order for me to like actually take a break like that. I don't know. You ever get nostalgic for 2020? You ever look back and think, simpler times?
Well, I look back every time like we go camping or something because it's like fun.
Yeah.
Like fun stuff we do, like those memories. Like I go back sometimes and I'm like, oh, that was fun.
Yeah, it was nice. And
like stuff we did that I like was like scared at first, but then we did it and it was fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. It was a cool thing, and like it was I felt like the world was too busy before, and it was nice just to take like a nice clean break. And I've said to you before that like I think that especially as time goes on, we'll look back at COVID as like I very much see it as like old world and new world, right? And I see COVID kind of being that split, right? Like I think first of all, it made a lot of people reevaluate the way that they look at work, the way that they look at employment, right? A lot of people realized my job can go anytime like that, right? So why am I sacrificing everything for an employer who doesn't really care that much about me, right? It also gave other people to spend just time with themselves and time with friends and family a little bit, for a lot of people wasn't so pleasant. Like I feel bad for everyone who had to do anything school related during COVID, right? Whether it's a child who's missing out on like some formative experiences, right? And being able to go in and socialize with friends, or to the parents that all of a sudden have to deal with like, oh, I got to like homeschool my kid until like the schools open back up. Like, how does this work? You know,
Yeah.
like that must be a very stressful
Like
experience.
Like
But that
I
wasn't our
don't
experience.
think, yeah, no,
No,
but I don't
we got no
think I
kids.
could have done it though. Like teaching someone is really hard for me. Like, because
Well-
I don't learn like everybody else, so
Yeah.
it would be harder for me to teach someone else.
Well, I think that
That's why, like, if we ever get kids someday, I would never like homeschool.
Well, yeah. Well, the homeschool thing,
Yeah,
I don't know.
it looks harder than it is, I think.
Yeah. I don't know. It's not something I'd ever be interested in, like raising like a kid into like the homeschool stuff. I got a buddy who was homeschooled. He turned out great, good guy. So I don't want to knock it too much, but I don't know. I just think I think it's important to kind of just, I like the public school thing, right? You go in with a mix of a little bit of everyone. Some people are cool. Some people really aren't cool, right?
Yeah.
But that's kind of life. And
It
until
prepares you more.
yeah. Not saying that like
But there's
it's like a
other ways-
necessary evil or anything.
There's other
but
ways too. Like if you're homeschooled, like your child can join like out like clubs and stuff.
Yeah.
Like for children.
yeah, my buddy who's homeschooled,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure his parents took him to clubs and that
Because
kind
like
of
I
thing.
had clubs like after like on the weekends, like I
Yeah.
had like the bread club where we would make bread.
Yeah, what was this again? You keep talk to me about the bread club. What's the bread club all about?
I had like 4-H. So it's like
What are the 4-H's?
it's like a hand, a heart, hand, heart, something. Head, yeah. Hand.
Is head really one of them?
Yeah,
Head,
hand,
heart,
head,
Head.
and then I don't quite remember all of them.
What's the
I'm
last
being
H?
bad.
What is the last H?
I'm forgetting now. But yeah, I had many
Heel? Like your heels?
health or something.
Health?
Maybe I don't know.
Hamburger?
I don't quite
The
remember.
head, heart.
But like
Yeah.
it was like, like all the farmer kids like get together and like have like do like clubs together.
Yeah.
I remember like the sewing club, and then there was the bread making club.
And this is all part of 4-H?
yeah.
Okay.
You learn how to do like stuff like when you're older. Like so like you learn how to cook and everything. Like
Yeah.
you like sign up for what you want.
That's cool. That's
So
cool.
like they do like a whole list, and then out of the list, like the list gets like mailed to like all the farmer kids, and
Yeah.
then like they get to choose like which one they want.
What was like the weirdest thing that happened at one of these clubs?
I'm like, what do you mean?
I don't know. I
Like,
just like in bread club, is it just like the most like, hey guys, we're gonna make bread. Oh, okay. Your mom picks you up. What do you do today, sweetie? Oh, I made bread. Or like, give me something exciting. Give me something. What's the craziest 4-H
Well-
story? Let the people know, Monica. Let the people know.
we didn't do much. Like we just learned about bread and how to make it. But like we would also do like Beyblades. Like
Yes!
when like when we were waiting for our parents to pick us up, we would be like headlining Beyblades and being like and like screaming like, and then like when someone would win, they'd like start jumping and screaming and like be like, I beat you.
Beyblades are the best. I'm curious if this is something that like is still true about schools. But when I was a kid in school, so like early 2000s kind of stuff, when it's that formative young woohoo age. I don't know how else to describe it. It was like 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, that kind of thing. When I was like in elementary school, there'd always be like every 6 months, every year, there'd be like the new cool thing. And what always would happen is kids would bring their new toys to school. Like we had There's Yu-Gi-Oh cards, then Beyblades, then Tamagotchis, Pixel Chicks. Mighty Beans were somewhere in there. Marbles came back suddenly. Everyone's flicking marbles like it's
Why
like the
did
20s and like.
I remember when that came back, and I was like, why?
And you would play the real kids that would like to like live on the edge, which wasn't me so much, but the real kids would like to play for keeps.
Yeah, I know.
You know,
did you have a favorite marble?
I don't know, just the swirly ones. The ones that were really
my favorite one was a really big one that looked like a planet.
Oh yeah, and
looked like our planet.
There would be different names for the different size ones. Like the biggest one, I think, was like a Godzilla like marble or something.
Yeah, and those were my favorites. And
it blew my mind when I went to like the store with my dad. And I'd be looking at like a bag of marbles, and it's like, you get all those marbles for just like $2? Oh my God. And I'd go over to my grandma's house, and she'd have like marbles for like gardening or whatever. And I'd be like, I want one of those. And blah, 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 blah. And
what? Marbles for what?
Gardening.
What?
I don't know. I don't garden. She had like clear little marbles, and she gardened with them.
What does that mean?
You know, you marble in the gardens.
What?
If anybody knows how to garden, let me know how marbles are involved. I don't know. I just know.
Sorry, I just had to bring that back. I was like, what are you saying about these garden what?
I don't know what they were used for. They're like small, clear marbles that she used for gardening. Like, I think she put them in pots and like...
Is it for the worms? So like it makes it
she had gardening
easier for
marbles.
the worms to go in?
I don't know. I just know.
I'm confused.
I don't know. She had marbles.
I think you're making this up, Daniel.
No, I'm not. If anyone else has used gardens for marbles for gardening. Stop smacking the table.
Stop.
We have mics on here. Smack the air or something.
That looks weird.
I don't know. It's something. But anyways, so my point is, if you know how to garden with marbles, let me know. I don't know. Maybe she planted the marbles and would grow a bigger marble. I don't know. I don't know how you garden with marbles, Monica. I don't have the marble gardening answer.
I don't understand. What are you saying? Going nuts.
She went marble gardening.
Crazy, Daniel. I think you're just making up shit.
No, we'll see her. We'll see her at Easter.
Okay, you ask her then.
I will ask her.
Yeah. If she says that you're making this up, I win.
No, she had marble gardening with marbles. She had marbles for gardening. I don't know how to garden. I just know that sometimes marbles are involved. But that's not even the story I'm trying to tell. That's not the story I'm trying to tell.
It doesn't matter anymore.
Ah!
Okay, go back to the story then. If you can remember it.
Yeah, no, all it was is there would be a new cool thing in school, right? Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Beyblades,
gardening marbles,
the Mighty Beans, Pixel Chicks, Tamagotchis, right? There's always something new. And what would happen is like...
What was your favorite?
I'm not done my story! So for 2 months... For like 2 months, they'd be like the big new thing and everyone would be all about it. Right? And then the school would come in and they'd say, no. Because what would happen is one kid would bring his Yu-Gi-Oh cards or his marbles to school and either he would lose them or he'd like trade them or play for keeps. But then he'd lose the one because now the other person has his card or his Beyblade or his marble, and he'd like cry to his parents, and he'd go, and the school went, okay, kids, no more Yu-Gi-Oh cards. So then like kids would like sneak cards into school, but like if you got caught, you had to go to like the principal's office, and there was a whole like black market, like underground, like Yu-Gi-Oh ring where someone's like, hey man, you got blue eyes? Yeah. Got an Exodia. All right, don't tell anyone. Meet me behind the portables at 3 p.m. You know, it was a whole thing, and I got ripped off. Ripped out. Was that ripped out? I got ripped off. I traded my one of my Exodia pieces for Lord of D. I still have that Lord of D, and I now have all the Exodia pieces. But someone was like, "Well, you'll never get all the Exodia pieces, and just the leg or just the arm, I don't remember what it was. I just remember that it wasn't the head. They're like, well, it might have been the leg. This isn't worth much on its own. You need to have all 5 pieces for it to be worthwhile, and you'll never get those, which was true at the time. Like I never got any of the other pieces till I bought them on eBay years later. But yeah, I got ripped off. I traded an Exodia piece, and they gave me a Lord of D, which, yes, the Lord of D is in my deck today. He's the Lord of D.
Okay.
Do you know what the D stands for? Dragons.
Oh, okay.
What were you thinking, Monica? What were you thinking? But I don't know. Yeah, it would always be there's something new and popular, and then kid loses all his stuff, and then the school bans it, coming down, cracking down, fighting the man. Oh, also, when I was in school, I had a whole spy phase in like grade 1 or 2.
Oh, is it because of the Scholastic thing and those like spy books?
Well, everything was spies. I think like Spy Kids, or I don't know if Spy Kids is the thing that like started it off, or if Spy Kids is the thing that like became popular because spies were popular at the time. But
when did Spy Kids start?
Like early 2000s, I want to say.
Oh, okay.
Right. And Spy Kids 3D is the best one. 3D, game over with Machete.
What happens to the grandpa? Does he stay there?
Yeah, he stays in the video game world.
Why?
Doesn't he run off to catch like a butterfly or something?
But doesn't he come back in the other one? I don't remember.
It's because
it's weird.
No, it was 3D was
Why
like
would they
the
leave
last,
him in the game?
The last like main one until they started doing new movies like later on. But like out of like the bunch from our childhood, 3D's the best one. But does he come back in the final fight? I can't remember. But it starts off, okay, I can recap.
But how can he stay alive in a game? Wouldn't that game like be like, wouldn't he die when someone turns it off?
Can we watch Spy Kids 3D? Do you want to watch it this weekend?
Oh, you're always like nostalgic and like, oh, let's watch it.
Spy Kids 3D is the best one. Okay, so Spy Kids 3D. First of all, it starts out Selena Gomez is there, right?
Selena Gomez is in it?
Selena Gomez is in it.
Why do I always forget this?
Because it's a small role, okay? Spy Kids 3D starts out Selena Gomez is at the water park, and she calls up like Junie, and she's like, Junie, help me out. I need to know the mystery. So he gets there. He's like, what's going on? And she's like, the water park, my water park. The water stops. What's going on? I need to find out who's at the bottom of this.
Junie like retire at that point?
Yeah.
Like, he finds
and Junie's
out
like
something else.
He's like, no, he's doing like detective work maybe.
Oh, okay.
I can't quite remember. Maybe he's retired. But Junie's all like, you know, the reason why it's closed is because they turned the water off. She's like, who turned the water off? And he's like, the people that really own the park, right? And then that scene kind of ends, and then he's like in line waiting for like the new video game or whatever, but somebody like cuts in front of him or something like that, and he's got to like go to the back.
You're analyzing the whole story now.
Okay, so then I can recap it. Okay. And then like and then someone comes up to Junie and he gets like a call or whatever. And it's like, Junie, we need you. Oh, we got a secret mission for you. And he's like, I'm sorry, but my God, that spy life is behind me. I'm not a spy no more.
Oh,
right?
No.
And then the woman's like, once a spy, always a spy. And I used to say that to my friends about being a spy when I was telling everyone I was a spy. And I had all these spy gadgets. I had like the lasers and the little thing that told you when someone was going to walk into a room. Anyways, but then they're like, but Junie, it's different. It's your sister. She's trapped in the game. Oh, and they're talking about the new game, Game Over by the toy maker, right? And they're like, we got to put you in the game because you gotta rescue your sister. You gotta find the toy maker. Yada 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 yada. Right? So then he goes in the game and
Daniel, he's telling the whole plot.
He does. He does the race. He's the big fighting robot.
Yes.
And that's where he meets like the girl that he likes or whatever. And then what are the other ones? Then there's the one where they're on the platforms and they're fighting. And then they got to like find the guy because the guy is going to like rescue them all. And then they find someone who claims that he's the guy. And it's like Frodo. But Frodo's like, I'm the guy. And he walks forward and he's not the guy. And he dies. Oh, and also he finds his sister during this. And his like sister gets rescued. And then they can like call in any one person that they want in the game. So he calls in like his grandpa, but his grandpa who was in a wheelchair, all of a sudden he's got like likes now and he can walk. He's like, I like it here, Junie. This is my place. Doesn't he go running off and chases a butterfly? Or am I mixing that up with like that South Park episode with like Randy's dad? Anyways, so
okay, Daniel.
okay, I'll wrap it up.
This whole podcast is gonna be about the whole movie.
Okay, so then they get like to the end of the game. Okay, I'll skip forward. They get to the end of the game, and then like Junie's like, okay, guys, we gotta leave. We gotta go back to the real world, and we gotta fight the toy maker. And we gotta show him who's boss, right? And then everyone is like, sweet, let's get out of here, except the grandpa. And the grandpa's like, listen, Junie, I like it too much here. I got my legs now. You know, this is a good life for me. You go on without me. I think he might come back at the end, but I got to rewatch this movie. It's been a while. Okay, so then the toy maker, they all get back into the real world, right? And then they see there's like these giant robots who are like attacking like everywhere, but most people can't see them, right?
What?
Most people,
I don't remember this part.
they're in the real world. The robots are attacking, and like everyone shows up.
Robots?
Okay, so the robots show up, and like the parents are there. They fly in. They got like flying boots. The guy, I think the thumb guy is there. Everyone from their previous adventures is all there ready to fight, but they're all like, Where's the robot? I can't see it. I can't. Even Machete shows up. Machete from the movies. Machete afterwards. So it, like Machete is canon in like Spy Kids. Like he's the same actor, same character, same director. Machete is in the Spy Kids universe. Okay, so that's what we can do. We watch Spy Kids and Machete back to back. Okay, so
I don't.
So the robots come in. The robots are invisible, but then they're all like. The only way you can see the robots, I got this. The only way you can see the robots is by putting on these glasses, and they throw the 3D glasses over. They put them on, then they can see the robots. They fight the robots. They save the day. Once a spy, always a spy. The good guys win. The bad guys lose, and it's the perfect movie. It is the perfect film. It is peak cinema. Spy Kids 3D.
You heard it from Daniel. Perfect movie.
I'm honestly embarrassed that I forgot as much as I did because there are a lot of gaps there.
Yeah, Daniel, what's up with that?
Well, you also wanted me to skip a lot, but I told you most of what I remember.
Because you're saying the whole movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie. It's a perfect film. It's a perfect film, Monica. Okay. We need sometimes if there's like a movie that's like true art, it'll be published in like the Criterion collection, right? That's where
true art.
Yeah, that's what like Spy Kids needs. I want like the Criterion like edition of like, you know, put it on Blu-ray, put it on, you know, put it up there with the greats. And then there was Shark Boy and Lava Girl, which was good, but it wasn't Spy Kids. You know the biggest issue with Shark Boy and Lava Girl?
Yeah, no, I don't
They're
know.
not spies.
But they're Shark Girl and Lava.
Shark Boy and Lava Girl.
Sorry.
The McDonald's toys for those were great. I had the Lava Girl one. You pressed it and like she lit up.
Yeah, no, I never got those toys.
But then they made the sequel. They made the sequel to Shark Boy and Lava Girl like a few years ago.
I never really got into it.
It wasn't the same as Spy Kids. I think Spy Kids, like we were like the perfect age for Spy Kids. But then Shark Boy and Lava Girl, like we were still kids, but it was kind of like nearing the end of where like that stuff had the same level of appeal.
I remember watching it, and then my dad was like, "Oh, that's not good." So then he changed the channel.
Like he didn't think it was appropriate.
No,
or
he
like,
said, "No, this is boring. This is boring movie."
Yeah,
and then he switched his channel.
My dad used to do that too with stuff. Like somehow he would play those movies, but there's other stuff like he refused to show me Tom and Jerry. I could never watch Tom and Jerry.
Oh,
not
really?
not because
you never
it was
played the Game Boy games or the.
No, but I saw kids playing them. They looked fun. But I always wanted to see it. But my dad would never like rent it out from like the video store because he was like, "Oh, it's stupid. They don't talk and blah 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 blah." You know, he'd be like, "We're not watching that." And I'm like, "Oh, okay." But
they don't talk.
No, not until they do. There's the Tom and Jerry movie where they do say some words and they're like, "Wait, you could talk. Oh, you could talk." But like in the classic stuff, no, they're not chatting.
Oh.
But I don't know if I've ever sat down and actually watched a full episode of Tom and Jerry. I've watched Itchy and Scratchy from The Simpsons, which is what it's based off of. But yeah.
So like, you know how they made
this better be about Spy Kids. This better be about the Spy Kids. All right, go on. What were you going to tell me about Spy Kids? I'm just kidding.
So you know how they made like the Winnie the Pooh scary movie thing?
Yeah. Are you going to watch that?
I don't know. I would have watched it if like the scary guy looked more like Winnie the Pooh, but
Yeah.
I don't know. It kind of not. It's not that great. Anyways, like just like he doesn't look like Winnie the Pooh, but like now that they've done like a scary Winnie the Pooh thing, what do you think's the next like childhood thing to become like scary?
Well, the issue is it comes down to like time. I don't know. Is Mickey Mouse in the public domain yet, or is that happening soon?
I don't think so.
And when Mickey Mouse does hit
one, the black and white one.
Yeah, like the Steamboat Willie version may or may not be. Okay, there's a lot of issues to have with Disney. And Disney, it's horrible because like Disney, they're the company that creates a lot of great content, but especially created a lot of great content from our childhoods.
Yeah.
But they're also like an evil corporation, right? It's just fueled by greed. Like the big thing with Disney is
well, the thing that annoys me is that they never release stuff, so then you can never draw it and you can never do what you want with it.
Yeah, so with Disney, like they not only do they not like have like, oh hey, you can use our character, which a lot of companies don't, because then the issue is like if you allow some of it, you have to allow all of it. At least that's my understanding. None of this is legal advice. I'm not a lawyer. I don't have the attention span for it. Can you imagine me reading law books? Okay. Anyways,
you wearing like those like glasses.
But the reason why it takes so long for things to enter the public domain is because of Disney, right? Like in the 90s, a lot of their properties were coming close to reaching public domain, so they paid a lot of money. Disney lobbied hard so that public domain law, copyright law, would be pushed further back. Further and further back. So like a lot of like the early Disney stuff should have hit public domain by now. But the reason it hasn't is because they have so much money and they have so much influence. And yeah, they just pay for, lobbyists to go, okay, let's push that back. Let's push that back. And that's my issue with Disney. Other people's issue with Disney is that those people are like racist, homophobic, transphobic, and they think Disney including like you'll have like two women kiss in the back in like the far background of like a movie for 3 seconds, and people are like, Disney's trying to groom our kids, and it's like, shut up, you idiot. Like it's like, even if
it's in the background,
like even with Disney just recently starting to introduce like some like gay stuff here and there, it's still disproportionate to the amount of like gay people in real life, right? All right. I don't think the mics picked that up. But Google randomly just told me I can't reach the internet right now. That's weird. But anyways, I hate that Disney does like these like super small gestures, right? Of being like, hey, out of these like hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of characters, we got like 3 or 4 that are gay. Also, they're hardly in the movie, so we can cut it out and sell it to markets where they won't allow that anyways, right? Like if you want to like have a movie like be in like China, for example, they'll go, okay, well, we'll have gay characters, but we'll make sure the gay characters are in this like non-essential scene so they can just be cut out of the movie if we want to sell to a country that doesn't like, appreciate that. But they make these super small steps and people freak out over it.
But
some people are just so brainwashed.
Like, I don't even really like.
Star Wars is one of them. At the end of episode 9, there's 2 women that kiss in the background.
But that's in the background. Yeah. Like, if you blink, you don't notice it.
Doctor Strange, there's the teenage girl with the jean jacket. The cool one was America something. When they show her parents, I think it might be two women, maybe it's two men, but it's a gay couple who I think hold hands or something like that, right? I don't get people look at that stuff and they throw such a fit, and it's all that they're grooming, and then it's the same people
It's
who
just
want
like
to
getting
put
with
kids
the times.
who want to put kids in like beauty pageants, right?
But
you
the
want to talk
beauty
about
pageants were never right in
Yeah.
the first place. It's like grooming your child to be like, hey, it's all about the looks.
Yeah. I saw this video on TikTok. I don't know when this is from. It might be like a clip that's like 20 years old, but it was like a child pageant in the US. And to be fair, everyone in the audience was shocked, right? But a mother sends her kid who's like maybe 7 years old or something up on stage. She's got like, it's supposed to be like an old, like, you know, like 50s kind of like throwback. She's got the leather jacket on, and she's got a lit cigarette in her hand.
What?
Yeah.
It's actually lit?
Yeah.
Why?
And the mom is like, don't forget to smoke.
What? Really?
Yeah. It's to sell the image.
Did they like get her off the stage and be like, no?
I don't know the full story there, but I remember like once again I saw a clip
That's
on
a bit
TikTok.
crazy.
Right. But yeah, no, people in the audience were like, "Oh," but the most like, I don't think it's such a big deal, and you know, it's
What
for
do
the
you
look and blah blah blah
mean?
blah blah.
Like maybe back in the
Yeah.
day it wouldn't have been such a big deal,
But
but
if
now,
you wanna talk about harming kids, that's it, right? Letting your kid know that gay people exist and that's fine, or that trans people exist
yeah.
and that's fine. That is
But I
so
feel like-
different.
I feel like that's in the US that's not gonna happen because of parents and other stuff, like
yeah.
which like
It's just ridiculous.
It's-
and the whole
they've always been there and they're just gonna keep being there because like not everyone's like everyone, you know.
I hope it changes. Things
Like,
there's a lot of dark.
Everyone's different.
In one of the states in the US
doesn't matter.
passed the law that like I think makes it easier for like children to work. Like on states pushing like pro-child labor laws. It's a bad situation.
Oh yeah, they're trying to do that.
Yeah, but I don't know. What I'm trying to say is Disney, give us more gay people, you know, throw them in there. That'd be cool. And the other thing I'm trying to say is beauty pageants are weird.
Yeah.
If like a child wants to like go up on stage and if it's maybe like a talent show, right? Or you want to like
Well, there is that section in like the beauty pageant,
yeah, but still if
but
it's a
still
beauty
like
pageant
about the beauty.
yeah, like it's so weird, and it's always about the parents, right? It's always about like the mothers of these kids who want to like live their dreams through their child, right?
But do they make money off of that? Or
I don't know.
anything? Like,
I don't know.
Why do they do it?
I don't know. I also think like the whole like child star thing is weird. Like you see so many like
Well, yeah, because it's a working thing, and
yeah.
kids aren't supposed to work.
Yeah.
So why is it there?
Some people have said that like they shouldn't have you know, like child actors, and I don't know. I've never been a child actor. I can't speak about that. I just know that the current situation is messed up from what I've heard. But what I think, if they were to ever like make a law like outright banning, like, you know, if you're below a certain age, you're not allowed to act. I think that what they should do is they should have like, you know, that meme of like Steve Buscemi, you know, he's got like his hat backwards. He's like, how's it going, fellow kids? You know, they should have someone like that. I think there should be a rule that anybody who acts as a child has to be 10 times the age of that character they're playing, right? So if you're playing a 5-year-old, you got to be 50. 6-year-old, you got to be 60. Or maybe we do 5 times the age, right? So 5-year-old would be someone who's 25, and like a 14-year-old would be somebody who's 70. Because I think that would be hilarious, right? It wouldn't make for more like realistic films.
But then,
yeah.
wouldn't it be like more like those like baby adults, like
That'd be
like it would fantasize that? Wouldn't that turn into something? I don't know.
I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, who's signing up for this stuff? I'll dress as the baby.
I'll dress up as the baby.
That's what someone wants to do. That's what someone wants to do.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
It doesn't hurt anyone.
Yeah.
But like,
Once
then
again, that's her stance on things in general. As
then
long
that
as
just
it doesn't hurt anyone.
But
go
then
for it.
like your
But-
idea fantasizes that in a way.
I don't know, but I think it'd be funny. I think it'd be
It
very
would
funny.
be very funny.
I just think like it would lead to less realistic films, but I think it would lead to just funnier movies. Especially if it's supposed to be like a serious situation, right? Especially if it is supposed to be like a mother like trying to take care of her like 12-year-old and it's like some 60-year-old dude. But the mother's like 34. Cuz the adult would play her own age. It's a great idea. It's a great idea.
Going crazy.
And you give to show that they're all kids, you give them all those like hats with the little spinners up top. This is my pitch for Hollywood. Please make this happen. Save the child actors. And yeah. I think it's a good idea.
What time is it, Daniel?
What time is it? What time is it, Danica?
What time is it? It's drawing time!
It's drawing time!
It's drawing time!
So, for those who don't know, drawing time is the time when we draw. What we did was we wrote some ideas down in a squid head. If you would like to have one of your ideas drawn, comment it below, and we might throw it in the squid head, and we might draw it in a future episode. All right, I'm going to shake. Monica's going to grab it. Shake! I'm dizzy.
Oh, I was holding it upside down. Banana Wars?
Yes! Banana Wars. Okay.
Gotta think about this.
Yeah. Got to think about
Why
them.
would they go on a banana war?
Why?
Why? Tell me why, Daniel.
Tell me why.
Tell me why. Is it like bananas against bananas?
It is. Let me check my notes here. Oh, you know what it is? It's Banana Wars.
I know, that's what it says, but elaborate, Daniel.
Oh, okay. Banana Wars? Hear me out. You know how there's like non-banana wars? This is not one of them. This is specifically
I get it
a
then.
banana war.
Okay.
I want to be clear.
I get it.
This is not an apple war. It's not a strawberry war. Strawberry. It is a banana war.
Strawberry.
Here's the other wars that it is not. It is not a tomato war.
Okay.
It is not a
Everybody
shoe
gets
war.
it, Daniel. I just wanted you to elaborate things, but I guess
It
you
is
can't.
not a pickle war. It is not a winter coat war.
Okay, everybody gets it. Just start drawing.
It's not a little fish with long legs war. It is not a light bulb war.
Everybody gets it, Daniel.
It is not a grandmother war. It is not a street war. It is not...
Okay, Daniel.
What? You asked me to be clear. I'm trying to be as clear as I can.
I get it now.
What is it then? What kind of war is it?
Banana war, like you
good.
said.
I also spelled banana wrong, but I didn't know how to spell it, so I thought might as well just
You
accept.
don't know how to spell it. It's the easiest word.
B-A-N-A-N-A-S.
Wasn't it like the word in the alphabet when you learned the alphabet?
The word
Are
in the alphabet.
Are you having a stroke?
Why do I smell toast? What do you mean the word in the alphabet? What
Well,
words?
like when you
Are
learn the
wait,
alphabet, it's like the word that defines the letter B. And it's like,
I had a joke that's not appropriate.
of course, your jokes are non-appropriate.
Okay. I'm gonna move mine away from you. I don't trust you. You don't get to see mine.
Fine, be like
See
that.
mine. Like it's C9, and you're playing bingo. Wait, there's no C in bingo.
Why are you so obsessed with bingo? Are you growing old? Are you old? Are you old now?
Hope I will be one day. Oh, by the way, a lot of people commented on so that video about the train show, which, by the way, the train show I talked about last episode, it's called Mr. Roger. Pretty great, right? Look it up. There's like a handful of episodes online, but not the one where he gets on the train. I was very disappointed. But in the video about the train show, I said how it's an old 2000s cartoon. An old cartoon from the early 2000s. And people are like, old from the 2000s? 2000s are an old, ha 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 ha. And I'm like, dude, when this came out, like my memories were just starting. Like they were just kicking in. And then someone else is like, if that's old, then what do you call this show from the 60s? I didn't say anything, but really you call it very old. Like it's all relative, you know.
Why you gotta be so rude?
I'm
Don't
not
you know
being
I'm
rude.
human too?
Calling something old isn't rude. It shouldn't be rude. We shouldn't be like so obsessed
It's rude to me.
with like
I'm
youth.
old, Daniel.
You're not old till you're 42. But we shouldn't be so obsessed with youth all the time. I don't think it's a healthy obsession. Oh no, I'm getting too old. Oh no. What do you think you'll be ready when the banana wars begin?
We'll never see it coming.
You ever see? I saw the other day a commercial for a vibrator. But what it was the wife or the girlfriend or whoever comes home and she sees that like I think it's her like her in-laws are like in her house and eating food, and the parents and like a husband's like, she's like, what's going on? And her man's like, oh, they want to stop by, and she's like, we didn't have anything to feed them. Like, we don't have any food. What did we get?
What is this going down?
And then he's like, oh, I made them a sandwich. You know, it's got like, I don't know, bread, cucumber, this, whatever. And then, and then she checks the fridge and she's like horrified. And then, the parents are all talking about like how tasty the cucumber is, and they've never had cucumber like this before.
What?
And like, oh, I gotta learn your secrets, blah 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 blah. And the woman's mortified that she's like eating the cucumber. And then the ad ends with like, don't let these uncomfortable situations happen by a vibrator. Because there's a reason why the cucumber tasted so weird.
I don't want to think about it. Daniel.
Once again, this podcast is for mature audiences only.
How's it going?
Just trying to show the real destruction. I think I'm almost done. I might actually be finished.
I'm almost there. I have one saying like something you would say.
Yeah. I got no words in mind this time. It's more interpretive. Surely the husband must have known about the cucumber, though. That's what I don't get. Really, when you think about it, unless if it was just like a one-time thing, but come on, that's a pretty big coincidence right there, right? So either the husband never makes anything with cucumber and didn't know to look out for this.
But why is it in? Why was it in the fridge?
Because Otherwise, it'll go bad.
How could it go bad? Why would they put it in the fridge?
Because it's a vegetable.
What?
It's a cucumber.
Oh, so they're... Well, I thought you were talking about the product.
No, they're not eating a vibrator. They're saying buy a vibrator. Use the real thing. Don't.
I get it now.
Yeah, don't use your vegetables. But that doesn't... But that's why I'm saying, like, the husband must have known that his wife has, like, a special cucumber. You know?
Well,
is he never eating cucumber?
I don't know.
Maybe she tried to, like, trick him into not liking cucumber. Like, every time that, like, he spoke about cucumber, she hit him, or she brought up like unpleasant memories, and anytime he thought about cucumber, he thought about those memories, so he avoided cucumber fruits. I'm just thinking, how does this work? How does this work?
Corrupt his mind.
It's a concern.
Okay, are you ready to show your drawing now?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, here, let's move the mics back just a little. And okay, so mine, I have to admit, I looked at yours and I saw something that I thought might have been a helicopter. So I decided to do a helicopter. So here's my banana copter. This world doesn't make much sense though, because you can see there's a banana piloting it. He's like shooting or dropping bombs or something on a banana school, which is pretty bad. But here's the banana man and the banana cop. Do you like the propellers, by the way? Okay, so he's got that going on. He's attacking, but then there's also this banana tank that's like shooting up.
Oh, that's what it is.
Yeah, although I think I should have
like something else.
Yeah, I think I should have done it the other way around.
Oh no.
Yeah. Anyways, so there's that, and then there's this banana person who's like bigger than this banana building that's on fire here.
Why is
with
that?
Their hands going, oh no! And also, I don't know if you noticed, but like with the tank, first of all, it's got the kind of still the black like stem thing at the back, but it's also got, these are supposed to be like little bruises, but they're really like banana wheels. So this is the banana war, and beyond just showing us what a banana war would look like, I think it also reminds us of the cruelty of war.
It just reminds us that Daniel wasn't creative here and stole my helicopter idea.
And, well, what we need is like a big divider so we can't see. Because yeah, I 100% plagiarized your idea.
Yeah,
but I'm showing it first, so if anyone asks, I'm gonna edit out all the parts where I say that I stole it from you. And
don't do that.
I like deep fake your voice so that it says like, "Oh, Dan, I stole that idea from you." Yeah, so that's this is mine of Banana War. All right, Monica, your turn.
See, mine is better.
What does this say? Banana bombs away?
Yeah, and then he has like he's releasing the banana bombs.
But your propeller looks more like a puppet kind of like handle thing, you know?
No, it's like it's part of this guy. He became a helicopter banana. and then this guy's like, "Oh, on a Monday." And that's like what I was saying is like you.
Yeah, that's very much
would say.
My sense of humor.
And then he's like, "Oh no, don't do this to our green pastures."
Oh no. What green though? It's all black here.
I know, because it's too late for the green pastures.
Gotta imagine the green. All right, I like that. I like that a lot. Okay, so everyone vote in the comments below. Who's do you prefer? Dan's or Monica's?
Yeah, don't. He's the copier. Don't
real
side
answer,
with Daniel.
The real answer is Dan's. This helicopter idea was mine. I didn't steal it from Monica.
He stole it. He
comment
stole.
below.
Stealerson.
Right. Comment below. Let us know which one you like more.
It's
and
mine.
Also what you think we should draw next. So this has been Drawing Time. Hope you enjoyed. This has been Danica Daycast, episode 20. Woo, 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 woo.
Woo!
If you like what we're doing, check us out online at danicadaydreams.ca. If you live in Canada, you can buy our products. We'll ship them to you. And our products are art. If you can't tell, that's what we're wearing. And we also got art that's not printed on shirts, printed on other things too. Pretty great. Another thing is, small little announcement, Next week, we're not doing a Daycast. So we are taking a 1-week break from Danica Daycast, purely because I've got to finish editing this video that I meant to finish in November. It's not out
Daniel,
yet.
You're behind.
It's our Collection 5 Part 2 video. Hopefully, I'm able to do it all next week. We'll see. And on the note, too, Collection 5 is still here. We will let you know before it goes, but little hint, it's nearing its end. So if you like our bear art, if you like the Collection 5 stuff and you live in Canada, shop now. It's on our website now. It won't be on our website when we release the new Collection 6, which is still top secret. If you want to know what the Collection 6 art is, subscribe to our YouTube channel and or just like us on Facebook, because we will be sharing our Collection 5 Part 2 video, which says what world we're going to next, which is a hint. And then shortly after, we'll be filming and editing and putting together the Collection 6 video. And yeah, we're getting close. I'm going to be sad when we say goodbye to these bears, but it's been a good run. It's, I think, the longest collection that we've had out ever. And yeah, I've had fun with it, but I'm ready to go on to the next thing. Yeah. But join us again in a couple weeks. And until then, goodbye. Thank you for watching. YouTube and Facebook, most Fridays for new full episodes. TikTok, basically almost every day for daily clips, which is my favorite way to watch our show. Boop, 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 boop. Goodbye. Thank you for watching the Daycast. And goodbye.